It is now my distinct honor to introduce Mr. Aaron Long, President of the Class of 2013. Aaron is a biology major from Columbus, Ohio, a member of several honor societies, a recognized and respected student leader on campus, including serving on the Student Senate, and a member of the Wittenberg cross-country team, serving as captain in his senior year. In addition to being president of the senior class, Aaron also took advantage of the high-impact practice of collaborative research at Wittenberg, studying side by side with Associate Professor of Biology Kevin Gribbins. Please join me in welcoming Aaron to the podium. Aaron?
Hello. Let's see if I can keep this under an hour. Some of the administration might soon realize that this is not the same speech that I turned in yesterday. Surprise! Dr. Joyner told me to try not to sound over-practiced, so I decided not to practice. Just kidding. She did not tell me that. But I still decided not to practice. So here it goes. Collectively, the class of 2013 would think would Joyner run for president. Oh God. Let's start over. When pondering what to say at 3 a.m. freshman year for the speech, I decided that I needed some help. So I went to a fortune teller, and she was not that helpful. It was actually much easier to write the speech at 3 a.m. the second to last night of my senior year. And this is the first thing I learned at Wittenberg. Procrastination may be seen as a lack of motivation, or maybe even the need to be prescribed Adderall. But I see it as a necessary maturation period needed for our thoughts and knowledge to accumulate in order to express ourselves efficiently to the best of our ability. Or at least this is what I kept telling myself senior year. In all seriousness, collectively, the class of 2013 would like to thank President Joyner for making our last year a memorable one. Her fearlessness, hard work, and passion have made me optimistic about Wittenberg's future. Thank you, faculty, for challenging us intellectually, for being so passionate, and for always keeping your doors open. By sharing your passion with us, you have ignited ours. Thank you, staff, for making this campus come alive every day, for feeding us, and for making Wittenberg one of the most beautiful campuses in the nation. Your hard work and attention to detail is not unnoticed, and is very appreciated. Thank you, police force, for making us feel safe in our new home, away from home. Your friendliness and being understanding to our seemingly peculiar traditions is very appreciated. Your police reports are extremely helpful and sometimes hilarious. As one stated, the suspect was further described wearing blue jeans and a G-Unit shirt. The suspect reportedly stated, "Give me your shit," and the student struck the suspect, rendering him immobile. Let's give this man a round of applause. Thank you, board of directors and donors, who made the pursuit of intellectual and athletic endeavors affordable and who will keep this university cutting edge for many generations. Lastly, to all the parents, for not letting finances restrain futures, and for being supportive and loving to us as we embarked on our 4-year Wittenberg journey, as well as the 18 years of pre-Wittenberg maturation. We are all immensely grateful to you, and we can only hope that you keep the basement in livable condition for probable returns. Before WIT, our experience started from a diverse array of geographical locations, whether it's from India, China, North Dakota, Russia, or even Chillicothe, Ohio. We started this journey together. We started with very similar foundations of knowledge, living in a mysterious new home with initial propensity for friend-making. It did not take long for us to find our WIT niches, whether it was through the cross-country team, the Jewish Cultural Club, the American International Association, the Irish Dance Club, the Dragon Dance Club, intramurals, the Role-Playing Guild, the people from our hallways, or just the people that you say hi to as you go to class. We all began finding our subgroups of the larger Wittenberg whole. And it was our first glimpse of the Wittenberg that we love and feel so strongly about today. Remember all those intriguing yet misleading WIT stems? Turns out the WIT stem entitled Making Coffee was actually about the capitalistic exploitation of low-wage commodity producers paid in unfair prices by multinational corporations that act only in the best interests of their shareholders. And here I thought it was about making coffee. Freshman year, we grew closer to each other through the struggles. Every time we brewed endless pots of fair trade coffee, every time we had to replay the tape recorder in slow motion just to hear Dr. Yoder in his intro bio lecture. Every time we finally turned off the lights to go to bed just to be slapped in the face with the sunrise. Sophomore year, we started to appreciate our professors more and began frequently finding ourselves in their offices discussing papers, equations, seeking advice, begging for mercy on exams, or just talking about life. Sophomore year also made me appreciate the power of nature with the 3-day ice storm, where classes were canceled, of course. You may have heard it referenced to as the ice death. It was a time where the hockey team was playing on Alumni Way, the time when all the WIT alums complained with the same argument back in my day. The time when sledding was awesome. The time when Crystal Clear Medical Imaging Center had a sudden exponential increase of revenue. Or the time when cars were literally sliding down Myers Hall. I mean, Myers Hill. Be weird, Myers Hall. It certainly was a wacky but wonderful time on campus. Junior year was busy, and now for senior year. It has been a war of motivational attrition, reflection, denial, and appreciation. Before senior year, I felt like I took some things at Wittenberg for granted. I'm sorry. I got it. It takes a sitting in the hollow, a walk down Alumni Way, a stroll around campus to adequately reflect how wonderful this campus really is. The red chairs, the fountain, Wally Witt, the seal, Myers Hall, recitation, the chapel, Alumni Way, the hollow, Commencement Hollow. The list could be endless. But try to look at the bigger Wittenberg picture. Think of how many different professors you've had, and how many of them still say hi to you or even call you by your first name 4 years after you've taken their class. Think of all of your friends. It's a wonderful thing to be a quarter mile away from all of your friends. Or to be able to wake up 7 minutes before class and still not be late. Sorry, Dr. Peterson. Having a small campus is why the CDR is so great. Yes, I said so great. You might not be able to sit with everyone, but you certainly know everyone's face. And this becomes very apparent during Whitfest. I know the job and grad school search have been and will be one of the most nerve-wracking experiences for all of us. When you go to that next interview, just remember this quote by Dave Chappelle. You know you must be doing something right if old people like you. I use this quote exclusively as motivation to write this speech. It is not necessarily being perfect which will make us attractive candidates. It's the experience that each of us have, whether it's from the camaraderie learned from playing a sport, leadership from getting involved on campus organizations, attention to detail from having that picky professor, cultural experiences from studying abroad, work experience from clinical or internships or clinical experiences, research experiences with the professor, a tenacious work ethic from taking challenging courses to better yourself. We might not realize it now, but we have acquired all the tools necessary to make old people like us. So don't be afraid when taking that next step in your career. If anyone should be afraid, it should be our rivals. Wooster. Don't be afraid to take that next leap of faith, because we are prepared. Take in consideration this quote from the runner John Bingham when thinking of today, and if you ever question that dream school or dream job. The miracle isn't that I finished. The miracle is that I had the courage to start. Thank you. I would now like to pass the torch to the class of 2014 president, Ben Longstruth. The passing the torch from myself, the outgoing senior class president, to the incoming president, Ben Longstruth, sorry, Ben, symbolizes the continual light that binds all Wittenberg graduates together. On behalf of the members of the class of 2013 who have enjoyed sharing this light during our time at Wittenberg and will continue selflessly to represent our alma mater in the future, it is my pleasure to pass the torch to the members of the class of 2014. We entrust them to carry it well, conscientious of their studies, their development of character, and their commitment to Wittenberg University.